So we're going to start building a chicken coop today and our chicken run, but let me show you what we got. We're going to start with this. We were gifted this chicken coop and it needs a little work to it, but it's definitely doable for what we're going to do. I think underneath it has a little access hole underneath it. We'll fix that up a little bit. We'll put a ladder, we'll put the little ramp so they can get up and down in there. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to build a run over here. We wanted to build it on top of our septic lines over here, and because that's just unusable land right there except for grass, so we were going to put the chicken coop on top of it, but it's still kind of muddy. So what we're going to do is we're going to build it down here beside this container. This is the old garden. We're moving the garden. We'll build it here for now until we get grass growing out there on the septic tank area or field, septic field area. Once we get grass growing out there, then we'll move it all out there. I'm going to screw it together today so that we can take it apart as needed so we can move it. But this is what we're starting with. We're going to fix up the legs a little bit. We're going to use the existing poles. We're just going to put some bracing on it because you see it's kind of leaning to the side. It's probably going to fall if we pick it up. So we'll brace it up and yeah, we'll put it over there and see how it goes. But follow along. You'll be able to see the build, how we do it. We've looked at a couple pictures and kind of saw what we wanted and based it off of that. But Lowe's is on the way right now. Going to bring the wood, and as soon as the wood gets here, we'll begin. Well, y'all, Lowe's has got here and made the drop for us. Let me show you the material that we're going to be using to build the chicken run. There it is, right there. That should be all of it, hopefully. Hopefully I planned correctly. And it's going to be about 7.5 feet wide, so we have a little bit of overhang with the metal there, because I think the metal's 8 feet. And 3 feet something inches wide, and 8 feet long. And then you see the longest boards on the bottom. That's going to be for the top and bottom sides. 16-foot run. So as soon as we get done acid washing the floor, we will start with that material. I let them drop it up here. It needs to go way down that way. But I told him just to drop it up here to make it easier for him. He said it's one of those days, so I guess he wasn't having a good day. But I'll just take the wagon, hook it up to the lawnmower and drag it down here where I need it at. It shouldn't take me long to do. Anyhow, back to washing the floors. Alright y'all, we finally got that wood loaded up onto the trailer. If you remember how it was stacked, long ones were on the bottom and they worked their way up to the small metal on top. So I stacked it how we're going to be using it, kind of. Well, just stacked everything in groups. So we'll be using the long 16-foot ones first, along with these 2x4. These 2x4s right here, right there, and the metal, of course, will be last for the lid, for the roof. So we got this loaded up on the trailer. It looks a little weighted to down. Cut. So we got this wood loaded up on the trailer. It looks a little weighted down. Let's see if the old lawnmower can give it a pull. We got to go all the way down there by the big shipping container. So let's go. Cranked up and off we go. Hey, boy. Tractor should have been the first thing we bought. If you're going to buy land to build a house, a tractor needs to be the first thing you buy if you're going to be doing all the work yourself. But this old lawnmower gets the job done. So we're going to be building it right in here somewhere, so I'll just pull the trailer off to the side, probably go down, come back around. Well, actually I can just pull over to the side right here. Yeah, apparently I can't drive. I'm gonna hit a pole. Won't be the first one. I bet you it won't be the last one. So we're gonna build it right there. And I'm gonna show you. We hit that pole earlier, not today, but we hit that pole last time when we rented a big tractor with a bush hog out here to clear up the old wildflower patch area. Cleared all that out. Ran into that pole. So luckily these are not going to be staying here forever. These are all these poles right around here where the old garden was. Here, if you can see. This is just where the old garden was. We had them up for the deer and stuff. So the deer wouldn't get in here, but we didn't have any problems with deer, amazingly. I was very surprised. Even right here was a thicket of blackberries, and we had rabbits in there, but no issues with rabbits either. Nothing touched the garden. I was really surprised, but this spring the garden will be way over there. If you see those buckets right there, the garden, that's going to be the future house. The garden will be on the other side of those buckets this year, and from now on. That's pretty sure that's where it's going to stay at from now on. So I'm gonna go get the tools and start building. I need to go get a square and a tape measure and a pencil, but here you can kind of see the layout. That's going to be one wall. It's 8 feet tall, and it'll be 16 feet long, and the back is probably going to be like 7 feet tall. That's going to give me some wood for bracing that I need by cutting a foot off, and it will also allow the the pitch to the roof so that the rain can drain into the gutter system, which is going to catch water to water the birds. So I'm gonna go get those tools now. All right, I don't have the tripod out here, but it's in the house, and we've washed that floor. If you've seen the other videos of the floor being washed, we washed that floor so many times I'm not about to step on that and get it dirty. So what we did was we screwed this side down. We used our angle and tried to set them at a 90. Screwed them down. Now we'll go mark that side, screw those down. Braces. We got braces going in. Got them cut. Got 2 in down there. That's what they're going to look like. And so we got more cut. We still got to cut, I think 1 more on this side, and then cut that whole other side. Let me show you what I got accomplished after day 1. That's going to be 1 wall. That'll be the back wall. That'll be 7 feet. It's 7 feet tall. And then I'm going to go in and get the tripod next time I'm out here so I can do more video, because this showing just clips and clips I know sucks. So I'll get the tripod out here and we'll show the whole thing. We'll do like a speed time lapse. All right, when we come back, we'll be building the second wall. We got 1 wall of the chicken coop built, the back wall. That's 7 feet tall. Now we're building the front wall. It's going to be 8 feet tall. And that'll give this roof a slight tilt so the rain and snow will come off of the metal. We're putting 4 screws per board. Just to hold it good and tight, We're going to get it square in there and screw it down. And hopefully this shanty doesn't lean crooked like. It won't, it'll be perfect. And then once we get it built, we will cover it with hardware cloth that we're going to paint black. All the boards are like from the center of this one to the center of that one, center. They're 4 feet on center. The hardware cloth comes 4 feet. So we'll be able to nail them up right in the middle with some staples. And then we got to figure out where we're going to put a door. I guess it'll be on the... I don't know where the door is going to be. It could be on the side or the front. But we'll put that in later. We'll build a door as well. We're going to run out of 2x4s today. We're not going to have enough for the sides because in the initial plan, these angled braces weren't calculated in. They are 2 feet long, so you get 4 out of an 8-foot board. There's 16 per wall, per long wall. We got the house open today. Up there, we're staining the floor. Did some acid etch on the floor, or acid stain. It's going to look really nice when we're done with it, I hope. It's already changed quite a bit. We got to wait till 4:30 till we can neutralize it and start mopping it up. But we're going to get this side screwed down right here. Just all the way to this last one here. And then we'll get this side screwed down and then we'll start putting in the corner bracing. We could probably go to Lowe's. I think the old Ford Taurus up there, it can carry quite a bit of 2x4s side, surprisingly. 2x4x8 fit all the way in with the trunk shut. The trunk is big enough for 4 bodies or 6 bags of feed, however you want to look at it. And it's a pretty deep trunk. But the 2x4s will fit all the way up to the dash with a little bit of room. I won't do like my other car where I smashed the radio. Then once this is done, that's the Coop box thing right there we're going to use. We're going to put that up to the side of it. We'll make some, strengthen up the legs there. I bought some 2x6s just for that. We'll use the legs that are on it. We'll strengthen them up and push it up to the side of this and enclose it all with hardware cloth. And it'll be good. So she's wrapping that up. I'm going to go ahead and cut some more of these angles. And then by the time she's done screwing these down, all the angles will be cut ready to go on. And then after those go on, we can run and pick up some more lumber. Now we're going to put in the angle bracing on all of them. We're putting 2 screws at the top, 3 down at the bottom, just to give it that extra added support. Or this might be the top, we don't know. Whichever way we lean the wall up. Actually, this will probably be the bottom because we're probably going to stand the wall up like that. And then we'll build a side here and a side down there. And then the top, we'll have 2x4s going across the top, which I didn't calculate in my plan either. And then we'll have these 1x's going across the opposite way for the sheet metal to lay on. I think that's how it's going to go. we're just kind of drawing this out as we go along. Who needs plans? Well, we don't need plans, that's for dang sure. So let me get back to cutting angles, because she'll have all these in before I'm done. I need, I think, 6 more angles down there. Look, y'all, we got a second wall. And now we're going to go to the store and buy some more wood, because without plans, we don't buy enough wood. So we need to go get wood for the 2 sides. And that's going to be 6 2x4s. So away we go. We got the chicken run stood up. After we built the second side, put the bracings and everything on it, we stood it up, put some supports on the bottom, braces on the bottom, a little brace in the middle. We're going to use the framing square to make sure the walls are straight. And then we're going to start building the side walls. This is where we're going to leave the chicken run today. We got the corners braced off in the middle, just in case the wind comes and blows it down. And it's pretty strong like that with the brace, but we don't have that much more to go. We will be done soon. It'd be nice if I could get the tripod and get some room on this camera to do some time lapse. But let me show you. There we go. That's how it's looking. We're going to put the chicken box over here. A little rooster thing, the little roost place for them. And that's what we got going on. I need another one of these to park a tractor in when I get a tractor. But I could park the lawnmower until then. It's been a pretty good little tractor for me. All right, we'll see you next time. We're putting up the pieces going across. We think it's called the purlins. And we got our first piece of metal up. So we still got to put some more wood down here going across. And we got our first sheet of metal up. That's what it's looking like. We're hoping that we got it straight so that by the time we get down here, it's not crooked. But we will find out. This is where the door is going to go right here. Put a header up there for the door. We're going to build a door out of some 2x4s and put some mesh on it. And like I say, we still got to bring those 2 boards out. And the one on the top, we did not put one on the bottom. We're skimping a little bit. But the metal bends down good enough that I don't think we need really to put it. So the metal's going to be a little bent, but nobody will know, except for the chickens might complain. I guess we'll put a screw at each angle brace. I guess put a screw right there. And where do you put the screw? Do you put the screw on the flat spot, or do you put the screw on the bump? Comment below. Let us know where to put the screws. And then when you comment, we'll tell you where we put the screws, because we don't know which way is right and which way is wrong. All right, we got most of the roof put on. We are missing just a little bit right there. So, and I don't think we can carry a sheet in the old car. So we might have get delivered. But this is where we're at for today. We're going to paint it white next, and then we're going to put the 4-foot wide hardware cloth on it, and we're going to paint that hardware cloth black. I really need to get my phone cleared off with all this memory and set up the tripod so we can do some more videoing. But this is the way the chicken run is looking today. I had to use the old death trap ladder. This is the ladder I fell on. My feet were probably here. The ladder kicked out and I fell right there on my ribs and bent the ladder. Surprisingly, did not break my ribs, but as bad as it hurt, I don't know what broke ribs feel like, but they felt like they should have been broke. It hurt really bad. I had to sleep sitting straight up for like 2 months. So here's where the door is going to go. And eventually I'm thinking about putting some wheels on it somehow and being able to drag it out here. This is our septic field area. We want to put it right in there because you can't use that land for anything else. Nothing can go on it, but this could go on it. So there you go. That's the build for today. And then, like I say, the chicken house will go on that end over there, and we'll have a little ladder running into here for the chickens. Question is, what do we put on the bottom floor? We've seen somebody put sand, so my wife was thinking put sand too. But what do you put on the floor? We don't know. So if you know what goes on the floor, comment below. When we get back out here, we're going to try to get the tripod, get this video cleared off this phone, and be able to do some time-lapse video. That's all we got for now. Starting to put some paint on it, y'all. We ain't even done building it, but we don't have the stuff to finish building it. And we have time. So we're going to go ahead and slap some of this exterior paint on it.
Or actually, I can just go out of the bucket too. And I'll just
We're using the Valspar, not sponsored, Storm Coat exterior paint.
Oh, it's thick.
Yeah, it's thick. And we're just brushing it on with these crappy Harbor Freight, not sponsored, paintbrushes.
You better take that jacket off.
I better take the jacket off because it's going to get white. It's cold out here though.
Well, get your other one or something.
Did y'all know that you could use paint as a wood filler? Look at that hole right there. I just packed it right down in there. And it looks beautiful. Just so you know, all you gotta do, like if you got a hole like that, just cake that stuff on there like that. Give it the old Bob Ross, old Karate Kid, wax on, wax off. Look at that. It's like a brand new board.
No paint, it never will dry.
You can build a house out of the paint. Just keep, anytime you got a hole like that, it's just like wood filler. Just pack it in there. The more you know. There you go. There's your handyman tip for today. Who needs wood filler? If you got a little run like that, just drag it back up in there. Pack it up in there nice and neat. So we are painting now. We got the backside going on. Look how much better it looks with paint. So we're hoping the chickens don't eat it. They're going to spend most of their time out here in the field, I think, and the rest of the time in our stomachs. Actually, these won't. I don't think we're going to eat these birds that are going to be in here, are we?
Well, only if they make a rooster.
If they make a rooster.
If they sell us a rooster, then they'll get turned into a
stew. A nugget. Now, when you got a big old gap like this right here, that takes a lot of extra paint. So you want to pre-prime it, let that dry and get tacky in there. And that way when you gob it up in there, it's not going to come running out. But I'm telling you, I promise you, paint will fill all those gaps. And who cut that board anyway? Why we got a gap like that? That's ridiculous.
Must have been a union worker.
Must have been a union worker. All right, we're going to come back after we paint a little more. Are we going to paint up on top too?
Paint on top? What do you mean, the roof?
Like them boards going up over there. Crossed. I don't think so. Just these right here. Just the perimeter boards. I think will be fine. All right, back to work, back to work. Work, work, work. All right, painting up the fourth side. We skipped some places here and there. We need the ladder to get up there. But this is what it's looking like tonight. We're not going to paint the boards going across the top. It looks good. I'm going to do the quick walk around tour. Our little areas that we filled in with paint putty. Looking good. Y'all never knew that we made paint putty. Nobody knew about the paint putty. Let me come on this side. We got some shooting going on in the back. There you go. So we got to get up on the ladder up there. And I was told don't paint the bottom. I need to paint the top. She's going to paint the bottom. She's closer to it. Looks good except this side. It's almost done. Getting there. All right, we'll try to come back tomorrow with the tripod so we can get some time lapse of something. I don't know what. Oh, we still got to put the chicken wire on. Well, we're going to use hardware cloth, the 1/2-inch square hardware cloth. Got that coming in the mail. It's 4 foot wide. These are 4 foot from the edge to the center, to the center, to the center, to the edge. They're 4 foot apart like that. So the hardware cloth will go perfect strip down, cut it, staple it down. And we're going to have to figure out how to seal the bottoms. I'm not sure how to do that yet. Maybe those boards should have been on the outside or something. I don't know. But we'll get it all sealed up so nothing can get in there and kill the chickens. All right. That's a wrap up for tonight. Here's the chicken coop. Got a little piece of metal up here. Still need to get one more sheet, cut that off. Painting around the outside and on the inside. We're going to put sand on the inside floor. But still got some more paint to go. This is the front side. This is where the door is going to go right here. A 4 foot wide door by about 7 foot tall. And then we're going to put the hardware cloth over it, 1/2-inch squares. They say if you paint the hardware cloth black, it's almost invisible. So that's what we're going to paint it black. But the chicken box will go down there on the other side, down there for now. Eventually we'll take this and we'll roll it over here over the septic lines, because we can't use septic lines, can't use that area for anything. So we're going to put the chicken run over there. That's the chicken run. 7 foot wide, 16 feet long. It's got about a 6-inch overhang front and back. All right, gonna make a little video. I don't know how good we're gonna do today because we got all this smoke in the background. Wow. Got a little fire going, burning off some sticks and stuff, brush. Anyway, we got our wire mesh out here today. We're 7 feet in the back, 8 feet in the front. So we're gonna roll it out, cut it with a little grinding wheel. Excuse me, staple it up with an air gun. See how it goes on here. Hopefully that'll work. We're thinking where the 4 foot sections are, because that's 4 foot wide, possibly overlapping it with a 1x4 just to make it pretty and make sure there's like no burrs sticking out where you might grab it. So let me go get the we're setting up all the tools right now. She's got the air compressor somewhere up there, coming down here with the air compressor. We have power, but we also have a little generator that's quiet and we need to run the fuel out of it. So we are going to power that with a little generator today. And well, we got the fire going now. Getting ready to. Anyhow, let's get to it. I'm going to go get a tripod. Here is our little wind generator. Bought this off Amazon some years back. They were calling for a big hurricane. So we're like, we're gonna lose power, so we need to get a generator. Hurricane never did come to our area. Generator came after the storm passed. And so we never used it actually. It sat in the container for a good little while. I didn't even know it had fuel in it, but it did. And surprisingly enough, it still runs with that fuel in there. I probably should have cleaned it out, but we did run some of that fuel out and everything runs good. So that's that. Let's go ahead and get this camera set up on the tripod. Oh yeah. Oh, damn. I tell y'all, I hate this tripod I got. I really do. Well, it's not the tripod so much as the head. The attachment where we put the phone. It doesn't swivel all directions. It's really a bad design. So I guess what we're going to do is measure down 7 feet. I don't know how we're going to mark it. We have nothing to mark with. Maybe we'll just be able to eyeball the square. I mean, I think we could be off, you know, a little bit. It's going to be okay. As long as we're not off like 6 inches or something. Got my safety glasses. So when we start grinding these little wires here, I'm going to need something to hold this flat so we don't measure a curve. There we go. Like I said, 7 feet on this one. Right there. I feel pretty confident that once we get to cutting with the cutting wheel, we can follow the same crack all the way across. I feel like. We're going to cut the one right next to the big green leaf. Don't forget the big green leaf. Hey, this wire, we purchased it off Amazon. It came with a pair of gloves too. Should probably be wearing them. But we need a stick to hold that end down to keep it from rolling up. So let me get something to do that with. This is the board that we use for the ramp for the building, or I call it the building, the big container. We'll use that to keep it from snapping up on us. And we cut by the big leaf, but let's measure again just to make sure we got it right. Yep. Cut this. It'll definitely cut fast, but not as fast as I can see. So I gotta like keep adjusting so I can see where I'm cutting. As long as I stay in this groove right here, I think we're good. That cuts really fast. Alright, so that's our first piece cut at 7 feet. One thing I did not know, or didn't think of, is this metal comes in different gauges, obviously. This is really thin, and I hope it's going to work. We have it here, so we're going to go ahead and try it. It's super thin. I know a chicken is not getting out of this, but will anything get in this? I don't know. But I would definitely, if I had it to do over again, I would buy the thicker version, which I don't know what the thickness is on this, and I don't know what the thicker version is, but I would be buying it. I'd be finding out if I had it to do over again, which I don't, unless I return this. So once we get the helper ready with the air gun, we'll put this up here, start stapling it, because it's no doubt going to take two of us. It might not take two of you, but it definitely is going to take two of us. So let's get the. Let's see if the little generator can power the air compressor. I don't know if it can. It's a little generator. I ain't sure if it'll crank up, but it cranked up last time. Turn the fuel on, turn the power on. I think it's how you do it. There's a choke. Start that way, run the other way. Compressor build air, and then we'll shut this down. We'll let it build up a little bit and then shut it down. Well, it just died. I was trying to show you the vibration. I don't even think you could pick it up on the film. That thing was vibrating like crazy. Let me figure out why this shut off. So something is wrong with the little generator. We can't keep it running. Change the fuel out in it. It might be in the carburetor. Instead of fooling with it, we're just going to run an extension cord from up here down to here, and then we don't have to fool with the generator. And then later on, one year, when we got time, we'll figure out what's wrong with it. Until then, we're gonna get some mesh put up. All right, so we got one piece stapled up. We decided to go on the inside. She decided to go on the inside. It is a better idea because you don't have all the little bumps on the outside to go. We had to turn our stapler way down because it was busting the little squares. When you shoot it, it would bust them in half. So we turned the air pressure way down. And now we're going to go with the next one. We need two people to get it started. One person has to hold it straight while the other one staples it.
This one you can't go up as high.
What?
Go under it, like behind it, like that. Are we going to overlap it or no?
They should.
Overlap this or no?
Well, they should come to the center, so no, they shouldn't overlap really.
Okay.
But I can't go to the same highness, so come down to here.
You can't go behind that?
I cannot.
Okay.
Well, I can go that high behind it. What you got? Okay, now let's look. I'm on this row here. Yeah, they look the same, so that should be straight. I'll hold it if you go get the gun.
No, does it need to come more this way, or is that good?
That's fine. I think I'm going to go put in a strip there anyway. Oh, you missed. Cut through. So don't push real hard against the board. Just kind of press a little bit, and then that's all. So what we're going to do is we're going to nail up the top, and then we'll bend it around the 2x4 to fit that gap, and then we'll work our way down, and then we'll bend it on the inside as well. Now let me show you what we did. We stapled them across the top so we could bend it to fit up in here, and that way it can lay flush all the way down, and we're going to do the same thing on the bottom down there. But it's hard to hit the wire. The wire's small and we can't see where the staple's coming out at. So we keep missing. And then we got the air pressure turned down so low that sometimes the staple's not actually coming out.
Going crooked.
Well, as long as it seals up all the way down, we're good. Does it come off of the 2x4 down there? No? We're good. We're going to get that stapled up, and I'm going to go cut another piece of stuff. Got most of the white painted. Didn't get finished on the inside. We ran out. That was 1 gallon. Got the screen door built today. Should have painted it and then put the wire on it, but I didn't have paint. I didn't want to run to the store to get paint. So it is what it is. Let's walk around. Oh, walk around this side. And that is the chicken coop, y'all. Chicken run, coop, whatever. Hot wing staging area. And we'll put some stuff in it. We're going to put the chicken coop, the chicken box, whatever you call it, all the way down here on the far end. We still got one more piece of metal to go up top. We're going to have to cut it. And that's all. I'm going to try to clear off my camera, my phone, and get the, I'm going to try to clear off my phone so that we can shoot some time lapse, shoot more video, because when we shoot video, it don't last very long. It'll be full. All right. Cheers. Sparkling water. Not sponsored. it.